Are we supposed to be killing again?
A blockbuster video game will welcome us when we enter 2022, and it's a game from a very well-known franchise. Yes, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is coming. Here's what you need to know. The announcement for a new Arkham game was made in August last year, when Warner Brothers said that the new genre-bending video game will take players' experience to the next level. It will be a story of 2022, and every Arkham fan is very excited about what the game will bring. Story. The game's story will take place in the city of Metropolis, but not much more can be predicted from the trailer alone, but one thing is for sure. There'll be loads and loads of chaos. To make things worse, Superman seems to have lost it in the trailer, and from the title, we can rightly predict he won't be the only one looking for trouble. The trailer shows the squad getting some intriguing directions for carrying out tasks from their boss, Amanda Waller. For those of you who aren't familiar with Suicide Squad, it's a gang of famous DC villains who've been appointed by Amanda Waller in an exciting twist to the typical DC storylines. These villains are entrusted with the task of fighting the heroes, who are the villains, in the Suicide Squad series. The only thing that gets them to do all this is literal nano bombs that have been injected into their brains, with Amanda simply waiting for any one of the members to disobey her. The Suicide Squad, which is officially known as Task Force X, is responsible for sending supervillains on missions in exchange for a reduced prison sentence. While the squad has had various characters, the upcoming video game will only take aboard 4 from the big time, namely Harley Quinn, King Shark, Deadshot, and Captain Boomerang. When it comes to the enemy in the game, Superman is no doubt one of them. There will be other Justice League characters wreaking havoc too, of course, and they may be some major ones. From what it seems, Brainiac may be behind the whole thing and may be one enticing everyone to take part in destructive activities. One of his infamous skills is possessing other people's consciousness, so it could be that the entire Justice League is under his influence throughout the game. After the trailer for the game was released, Rocksteady's creative director, Sefton Hill, appeared in an interview. He said that the game will be a combination of previous Arkham games and some serious gunplay. This would mean that there'll be violence and a great storyline at the same time, which is certainly exciting. During the interview, Hill also talked about developing new weapons as you play the game, which could be a reference to a system for weapons upgrading and customizing as you progress through the game. Hill also called the open-world nature of Metropolis the 5th character in the game, which will make for a stimulating experience. Gameplay. The trailer that was released a while back didn't suggest anything about gameplay, as it was completely CGI, but this could be explained by the fact that it'll be released next year, so there's still a lot of time. The game is what you would expect it to be, a single and multiplayer game where you can even switch roles between the 4 main characters while playing. The Suicide Squad usually works as a group, since it's a squad, but there's no pressure if teamwork isn't your greatest suit. You can also venture out on your own, and the rest of your teammates will be AI bots who will be at your side. You can choose any character that you want, or simply stick with the one you like the best. Or if you'd like to play with friends, that's possible too, since it is a multiplayer game. You can invite your friends for a fun game night with the new game, with 4 people being able to play together and fulfilling the roles of the 4 main characters. Another exciting thing is that there's going to be great freedom of choice. You can have friends join in and leave at any point during the game without any impact on your game. The seamless experience is something we should all look forward to. The trailer hasn't hinted much at how each of the characters will be played. However, if you really notice, you can see a few suggestions here and there. Suicide Squad fans might already be familiar with this, but Harley Quinn makes use of a baseball bat with which she smashes glass doors or entire human skulls. Bloodshot has a whole range of guns that he can shoot with insane accuracy, even when he's flying with a jetpack on. A jetpack that can be used to set fire to his enemies. Captain Boomerang obviously has a boomerang that doubles as a handy, pun intended, weapon, as well as a special teleportation device. He also has a tiny shotgun. Then comes King King Shark, who has a handheld turret, huge arms, and of course, huge shark-like teeth. He also jumps really high, like a shark at its prey above it. Also, unique movements will be given to each of the main characters, who will be able to move freely throughout the open world city of Metropolis. Oh, and yes, Kill the Justice League will have an open world environment, which will give a more dynamic touch to the game. All of these characters will have these weapons and more, and it will be a truly fun-filled experience. Another exciting thing that can be spotted from the trailer is the daytime setting. This, if it's true, will serve as a contrast to the usual Suicide Squad settings, which are dark and gloomy, and even the Arkhamverse settings that are similar. However, it's also possible that they'll be both day and night that'll occur in cycles throughout your game, and that will be even better. Another thing that has been noticed by fans is the gameplay's similarity to Sunset Overdrive. That makes complete sense, as the gameplay for Sunset Overdrive is also uniquely fun and exciting. Other details. One of the most interesting things to do with the upcoming game is one of the characters. In Arkham City, Deadshot is a white criminal, but in the Kill the Justice League trailer, he appears to be black. This big change was explained on the game's official Twitter handle, where a tweet had a mugshot of him along with the caption, "Fool had it coming." There's only one Deadshot. This change is interesting because it suggests that the new Deadshot has gotten rid of the other one to restore his dominance. It's great that they decided to give an explanation, but there's also the possibility that the new Deadshot is the Will Smith adaptation of Deadshot, as seen in the 2016 Suicide Squad movie. Among other Easter eggs, Lex Luthor's LexCorp can also be seen within the trailer, but only a brief glimpse. This means that there's a chance that he'll make an appearance through a cameo. Another thing that you should keep in mind is how James Gunn's new Suicide Squad movie has been released this month. This has also brought high expectations from the game that it'll be as action-packed and fun. Audiences were pleased with the outcome of this movie, and now they're waiting for what the game will bring to the table. Everyone is hopeful and excited, and we hope that the new movie combined with this game will make up for the poor job of the 2016 Suicide Squad filmmakers did. The trailer also suggests that the game will have some amazing visuals and gameplay, which will make people want to play it. Release. As mentioned before, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League will release next year. Since the exact date and month aren't known, we have no clue exactly when next year this release will take place. Also, with some other major games that were supposed to release this year being postponed to next year, there's a slight chance that we won't have this game until 2023. With that said, the game is still very much scheduled to be released in 2022, so don't lose hope. This game will practically be next gen, as major releases on both PS5 and Xbox Series X are planned. The game will also be released on PC. This means that a very powerful console or PC is pretty much a requirement at this point if you want to enjoy the game next year as it releases. Previous gen ports might be released later on as the game becomes older, but they can't be ensured at this point. Also, if you're worried about the new game releasing on new gen computers and consoles, that's understandable. But you must also understand that the graphics and gameplay of Kill the Justice League will be phenomenal. So a previous gen computer will not be optimal, and for good reason. However, there's always a chance that previous gen ports will be released, which is why you shouldn't feel sad. You might not be able to play the game immediately, but you surely might someday. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League will be a huge addition to the Arkhamverse games. It will bring advanced features and character designs. You should definitely play it when it comes out. That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching.